Before you spend another dollar on a 2026 planner or any planner, I need you to understand something. Most planners are setting you up to fail by mid January. Now, chances are you've been there. You've been all excited about this planner. You're like, this is going to fix all my problems. You spend all the time flipping through it. Maybe you fill it out for a day or a week, maybe even a month, and then you abandon it. And it gets added to the planner graveyard. We all have one. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what to look for so that 2026 can be different. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what a planner should do, what it shouldn't do, and how to pick one that actually works for your life. First up, it's critical to understand what a planner's job actually is. All right. And friends, this could be a paper planner, it could be digital. All right. But for the context of today, I'm mostly going to be referring to physical paper planners. A planner has a job that includes two things and two things only. First, it should tell you what you're doing. And second, it should tell you when you're doing it. That's it. Those are the two jobs. But unfortunately, when you go cruise the aisles of Staples or Target or Office Max, here's what planners are trying to do instead. Oftentimes, I'll see planners advertising Life Planner. And this is where it's promising to solve everything in your life. Habit tracking, gratitude, journaling, goal setting, financial planning, meal planning, your fitness tracker, right? And they're putting all of this into one planner. And they are so overwhelming because I've seen planners, I review a lot of them here on YouTube, where you open up the page for the day or the week, and there's so much there, it is visually overstimulating. Another red flag that I want you to avoid with planners are planners that promise to, with the planner itself, make you more organized, or a planner that says this planner is going to do prioritization for you. A physical planner cannot replace or serve as your planning system. Here's what I mean by that. Again, knowing that the planner's job is to tell you what you're doing and when you're doing it, we all have a lot of things competing for our time. That's what I call the inputs to the planning, right? Whether it's activities, meeting, home life, work life, tasks that need to be done, all of that. We have an endless list of things competing for our time. And you need to have a system in place that allows you to easily find everything competing for your time, know what is the most important right now, how long those things are going to take. Then the planner is just the tool where you are capturing what you're doing and when you're doing it. So if the physical planner is promising to do your prioritization and the planner, the book itself is a system, it's not. And friends, I sell planners, and I'm the first one to tell you a planner is not going to make you more organized or solve your problems. Once we understand that a planner is simply a tool, now we get to go look for the right tool that works with the planning system you are using. I want you to think about, what is your system for planning right now? A planning system is a process that then leverages the tool of the planner. A planning system is one that should easily show you how much available time do you have. It includes prioritization of everything competing for your time. It supports building a plan that encompasses at least a week at a time, not daily planning, because daily planning is going to keep you reactive and overwhelmed. And a system is something that once you learn step by step, you're repeating the same steps over and over and over. And this is what we learn mastery of inside of my top program. All right, and I've got a link for it in the description here below. But for now, I really want to focus on what to look for in a planner, regardless of the planning system that you're using. I am not the only person out there that teaches weekly planning. So whether you come and buy the top planner, which is the planner that I built, I sell, it's what I use, or another planner, because there are other planners that work really well for realistic planning. Here are the things I really want you to consider. Number one, it needs to be a weekly layout, not daily. Again, I've got tons of content out here on YouTube really addressing the fact of why daily planning keeps you stuck, keeps you reactive, keeps you constantly scrambling. All right. So, learning to get away from this one page per day to a weekly layout is critical. Now, on this weekly layout, it needs to actually have times. So, like each day is a column, right? I'm going to hold mine up again so you can see it, where each day is a column and there's times next to it. Notice it's not a blank rectangle with Monday written above it. All you're doing there is just building a glorified task list. You're not planning anything, you're writing down lists. Somewhere on that weekly view, there should be space. You don't need too much of it, but there should be some space for any small tasks that pop up that you're kind of fitting in between the spaces, right? For instance, today when I look at mine, oh yeah, at some point I just need to call the bank to have them issue me more checks, right? So that's just a little task for the day. Now, what I want you to avoid when you're out planner shopping, here's what should not be included. There should not be 15, I may be exaggerating, but in some cases not, different things that you're like tracking sections. Tracking my habits over here, my routines over here, my goals over here, my meal over here, my fitness over here, my finances over there, because then it's going to be too complicated. If you are flipping through a planner and you can't quickly understand what goes in each element on the pages, you don't need it. All right. Because it's, again, a planner should be doing two things. What are you doing? When are you doing it? If this is making promises to be running and managing your entire life, it's going to get really, really complicated. Now, another couple things that a lot of people look for that are very personal and you will need to decide for yourself, right? What kind of color do you like? Do you like, some people have told me they don't like any color on their planner. It's very distracting. They really just want grayscale or black and white. Then the two things that really are a personal decision is coil bound, right? Is it a planner that's kind of like my notebook is, where it's coil bound, meaning you can't add pages to it. So usually coil bound planners are like an entire year in one planner. Or do you want a planner that's in a binder format, like I sell, or a disc? They're called disc, where ultimately what the difference there is that you can add or remove pages. And again, this is going to be personal preference. I will tell you why I have always opted for binder planning systems. Before I built the top planner, I was using a Franklin Covey planner forever. I don't like to have to carry two planners at once, because as soon as August, September rolls around, I'm starting to need my next year's planner, right? Which would mean I'm buying my next year's planner in like September. And so now I've got to have access to two planners with me going, oh yeah, that thing is coming up in January. Where's my 2026 planner, right? I like to work with a planner where I can be constantly adding pages. So that's why I like a binder system. I've played around with the discs. Some people love them, some hate it. It's just a personal preference. But think about that. If you are investing in a planner, is it one where you can keep buying refills and just adding to it so that you're not juggling multiple planners at once? That's another reason why planners like the Full Focus Planner, where each planner is only one quarter, I think that's just setting yourself up for absolute disaster. Because now you're juggling 4 planners in 1 calendar year. How are you ever getting your year at a glance, right? Or you're looking ahead 6 months from now, you're like, "Wait, which planner has, June in it for me to go capture my summer vacation?" So, those are some things personally that I want you to think about and consider. A planner should make planning easier, not harder. All right. So I've already alluded to it because I'm sure you probably already figured it out. I get asked all the time, Megan, what planner do you use? Well, obviously, I use the planner that I designed and created. I created this top planner after building the top program, right? My signature time management program. It's the number one time management system for women, because everyone's like, okay, well, which planner are we going to use? And I found some that worked that I would recommend, but then I'd always be putting caveats in of like, okay, well, here's 3 that I like, but if you get this one, ignore this part. If you get this one, ignore this part. So I was kind of, piecemealing. And finally, my students were like, just build the one. So certainly did not set out to be in the business of building planners, but I think it's really important that people going through the top program and using my entire top framework have an accompanying planner that they know will work beautifully with it. So that is why obviously I'm going to use the planner that I build and sell, and it is one that I recommend. But again, there are other planners that will work for you as well. So if you want to check out the top planner, you can just go to thetopplanner.com. We have the paper version in multiple colors. We also have a digital, and we also have a printable, because maybe you do want to print it and put it in a disc binding system if you don't like a binder. It gives you the option to do that as well. Remember, as you're shopping for your 2026 planner has 2 jobs: telling you what you're doing and when you're doing it. Avoid overcomplicated ones. Avoid things that are promising to run your entire life and solve world hunger while it's at it, right? The planner is not going to make you organized and fix your problems. You have to have the foundational planning system in place that's going to support it. So again, we've got links below for both the top program and the top planner. When you invest in the top program, I actually gift you a top planner for free. All right. So if you have a friend that's out there shopping for planners, make sure you share this video with them as well. And here's to 2026 being the year that your planner actually works for you. Happy planning, friends.